Welcome everyone, and especially Trevor Brooking, who's with me tonight. So just before we start, a few words, Trevor.
Hello Peter, good evening to everyone watching this one. Top-class football, absolutely guaranteed, I think. Let's get cracking.
Here we are for the first match of the league season, where more drama and great football is sure to unfold. Beautiful right foot finish.
The capacity crowd are enjoying the goal celebration.
Could he have done it any better? So this is how they got off the mark today.
They really have deserved this, haven't they, Trevor?
Yeah.
The first 45 minutes is over, and the teams head off towards the dressing rooms here.
Trevor, what do you make of the game so far?
Well, neither side's really settled into much of a rhythm. Hopefully that will change in the second half.
And a huge roar from the crowd.
They won the first game of the season, the best possible start. But Trevor, this was a result that really did come out of the blue.
Oh, you're right, Peter. They were huge underdogs today, but they did everything right and deserved the win.
That brings us to the end of our coverage this evening. So thank you, Trevor, for joining me.
I've enjoyed every minute of it, Peter.
And we hope to see you for the next broadcast. Goodbye. Good afternoon and welcome to the game. I'm Peter Brackley, and with me up in the commentary box is Trevor Brooking. Trevor?
Thank you very much, Mr. Brackley. A game I'm looking forward to. Let's get on with it, shall we?
There could well be some players out there still struggling to rediscover their top form in this early part of the season, but I'm sure it won't take them too much longer. The first half is over and the teams head off to the dressing rooms. The managers have had plenty to mull over before giving their half-time team talks.
What's your analysis of the game, Trevor?
They've been a bit disappointed in making space and running on.
That has been coming for a long while now.
Well, did you see the manager on the bench then celebrating like he won the lottery when that went in? It's a measure of how much winning this game means to him. What did you make of the goal, Trevor?
Full marks for the finish, but for me it was the pass which split.
Gets it in space. Looking for the shot.
Another shot blocked by the keeper.
They must be wondering what they have to do to beat this goalkeeper today.
The referee's whistle ends the game. The result has matched their outstanding performance today. They've won this match in such a convincing manner, and the fans will be absolutely delighted with the result.
Against all odds, Trevor, they have earned the win.
Oh, it's a remarkable result, and the manager has to take a lot of credit for the way he organised his team.
And that's the end of this afternoon's broadcast, so all that remains for me to do is to thank Trevor Brooking for joining us.
No, it's been great fun, Peter.
And we'll be seeing you at the next match. Goodbye. afternoon and a warm welcome to today's game. With me today, a man who knows his football, it's Trevor Brooking.
Thank you very much, Mr. Brackley. A game I'm looking forward to. Let's get on with it, shall we?
Although we pride ourselves on being football experts, some of us anyway, it's too early on in the season to comment really on how the table is shaping up. And caught the man.
Now, will they open the scoring with this penalty?
It's in! Goal! It's his third goal of the competition.
I think many of his club's followers will be sorry they didn't turn up for this one.
Great penalty. Textbook stuff.
The players in any way, hopefully in the right way.
So, Trevor, what did you think of the first half?
Well, I'd say it's been a terrific game so... It's been a tight game so far, and there's not much between these teams in terms of ability. I think we're in for a good battle here.
Not the prettiest goal you'll see, but they all count, Trevor.
Oh yes, they had a lucky break there, but they won't be complaining.
Finishing, but let them down in the end.
Well, Trevor, they haven't won, but a draw's a decent result all the same.
No, certainly. I mean, they've exceeded most people's expectations with that result.
So that brings us to the end of this afternoon's match. And my thanks go to Trevor Brooking for joining us.
Thanks, Peter.
And we hope to see you next time. Goodbye. A warm welcome to you all this afternoon. I'm Peter Brackley, and assisting me today, the one and only Trevor Brooking.
Good afternoon, Peter. The atmosphere outside the stadium when I arrived was absolutely electric, so let's get on with it.
Early days of the season still, and even experts such as ourselves can't tell who the potential champions might be just yet. They got a goal almost straight from the kick-off, Trevor.
Yes, they look confident today. It's too early to decide the game, and there's plenty of time for the opposition to turn it round. And this is how it all happened then. So that puts a new complexion on the game. Let's see how the players react. A goal like that will always give your team a huge boost.
think. Well, Trevor, having gone a goal down, they managed to haul themselves back into it before the break.
No, you're right, Peter. They did well.
New players here. That's a brace. It's a disappointing turnout, but you wouldn't know it with the noise they're making today.
Great goal there, Trevor. A superb run and finish.
What a goal, Peter. The defence has been totally stranded. So this is what happened in front of goal.
Now he'll have to be on his toes for the rest of the game.
Didn't score.
We'll see a substitution from each team here. Pablo Alfaro.
All set up by the through ball.
Gets his head to it. Good defending. There's the whistle. They've come back from the dead, really, to pick up a win. They have done very well to come from being a goal down to win the match.
Oh, exactly, Peter. They've worked hard. Never gave up, and as a result, they've got their reward. A very fine display.
And they certainly earned that win.
Thank you, Trevor, for joining me this afternoon. That's all we have time for.
Well, it's been great, Peter.
And we'll be seeing you at the next match. Goodbye. This evening's football is coming right up. In the meantime, let me introduce Trevor Brooking.
Thanks, Peter. Wouldn't it be great to see plenty of goals tonight? These two teams are more than capable of that.
It's the first leg of the first round of the tournament stage. Just listen to the supporters here. Both sets of fans in full voice. I'm sure we're in for an entertaining match here.
Super shot into the left corner. The fans who turned up en masse today making themselves heard. What did you make of the goal, Trevor?
Full marks for the finish, but for me it was the pass which split the defence and stood out.
Will an end to the attack. That was careless. The first 45 minutes is over, and the teams head off towards the dressing rooms here.
What's your analysis of the game, Trevor?
That was a very positive half there for them. They've really put the pressure on, and the results are showing.
This is a substitution, but he was nowhere near the ball, so maybe the right decision really by the referee.
That's a
substitution this match. Well, from this substitution leg.
Well, Trevor, this was a result that really did come out of the blue.
Oh, you're right, Peter. They were huge underdogs today, but they did everything right and deserved the win.
So our live coverage comes to an end this evening, and all that remains is for me to thank my co-commentator, Trevor Brooking.
Oh, it's been a great night, Peter.
And so until the next time, it's goodbye from both of us. Hello and good afternoon. The players are coming out onto the pitch then for today's game, as are the referee and his assistants. Trevor Brooking is with me.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure to be here watching these two fight it out this afternoon. Here we go.
Producing some great football, they find themselves at the top end of the table among the league leaders. And if their key players can stay fit and they keep producing good form, I don't think it's beyond them, to have a crack at winning the title. For the chance of a rebound and took full advantage in a ruthless fashion.
Well, the fans who turned out in numbers have been rewarded. Could the keeper have done better there, Trevor?
Oh, I think you'd be disappointed having kept the first try out.
They really have deserved this, haven't they, Trevor?
Yes, they have. I can see it.
The referee blows for the end of the first half. The players head off into the dressing rooms for their half-time team talks.
What's your analysis of the game, Trevor?
The better team is winning for sure. They are more positive and are controlling the game all over.
And the match is over. They've managed a victory here after having played out of their skins today. An absolutely fantastic performance, which will have done their manager proud and thrilled their supporters.
They've managed to hang on to that one-goal lead since the first half, Trevor.
Yes, they had to hold off quite a spirited fight back, but in the end, their defence did a superb job.
And that's the end of this afternoon's broadcast, so all that remains for me to do is to thank Trevor Brooking for joining us.
No, you're welcome, Peter. It's been a good afternoon of football.
And from the pair of us, it's good afternoon. So welcome to this afternoon's game, and as the players make their way out onto the pitch, let me bring in Trevor Brooking to say a few words. Trevor.
Yes, afternoon, and thanks, Peter. It's great to be here up in the box with you, of course.
So far, so good. They've started the season well. and have maintained their form to stay in the title hunt. And provided they don't get hit with injuries or a drop in form, who's to say they can't win the title this season?
Could the keeper have done better there, Trevor?
Well, I think you'd be disappointed having kept the first shot out. It's been a tight game so far, and there's not much between these teams in terms of ability. I think we're in for a good battle here. That just underlined the quality of their attack.
The man.
Well, that's the kind of thing referees have been told to clamp down on.
They have a wonderful opportunity with this penalty.
Yes, this is...
Goal! And he puts it away with his right. The lack of support didn't affect their ability to score. Their supporters are loving it.
Great penalty. Textbook stuff.
Extremely important interception there. The referee ends the game here.
They've turned this around to pick up an unlikely win. They have done very well to come from being a goal down to win the match.
Oh, exactly, Peter. They've worked hard, never gave up, and as a result, they've got their reward. A very fine display.
And they certainly earned that win. So that brings us to the end of this afternoon's match. And my thanks go to Trevor Brooking for joining us.
Thanks, Peter.
And it's goodbye from both of us. This evening's football is coming right up. In the meantime, let me introduce Trevor Brooking.
Good evening, Peter, and thanks. This game has stood out in my diary all season.
A win in the first leg means they can come out here to try to defend that lead. I have a sneaking suspicion, that their manager will want his players to finish off the opposition today.
Middle. So the goal has pleased a huge number of fans in the stadium. Just listen to them. Great goal there, Trevor. A superb run and finish.
He's got all the way through and finished. Brilliant. So this is how they got off the mark today.
Finish, great header. Well, it's anyone's guess where this game is heading.
A goal like that will always give your team a huge boost.
Hopefully in the right way. Trevor, what do you make of the game so far?
Well, neither side's really settled into much of a...
For me, it's a substitution. It tells me they're going to just attempt to hold on round. Well, Trevor, this was a result that really did come out of the blue.
Oh, you're right, Peter. They were huge underdogs today, but they did everything right and deserved the win.
That's all we have time for this evening, so thanks to Trevor Brooking.
Thank you, Peter. It was a great game of football.
And from the both of us, it's goodbye. Long-awaited afternoon's football, and I'm very much looking forward to it. The players are on their way out, so before we start, a few words from Trevor.
Hello, and thanks, Peter. And what a build-up we've had for today's game.
Producing some great football, they find themselves at the top end of the table among the league leaders. And if their key players can stay fit and they keep producing good form, I don't think it's beyond them, to have a crack at winning the title. Goal from the forward. The team have really attracted their fans here today, and they have been rewarded.
A great strike. It doesn't get much better than that. Well, so far in this game, it's the only goal we can look at the game.
Great defending there. No, it doesn't pick out his man. The first half is over and the teams head off to the dressing rooms. The managers have had plenty to mull over before giving their half-time team talks. Talk us through that half, Trevor.
That was a very positive half there for them. They've really...
Nicely found. Great defending there. There's the whistle, that's it! An impressive win here after a magnificent performance by all the players involved. Everything went right for them and they were able to get the result that they wanted. They've managed to hang on to that one-goal lead since the first half, Trevor.
Yes, they had to hold off quite a spirited fight back, but in the end, the defence did a superb job.
And that's really it for the broadcast this afternoon. Many thanks to Trevor beside me.
No, it's been great fun, Peter.
And it's goodbye from both of us. awaited afternoon's football, and I'm very much looking forward to it. Players are on their way out, so before we start, a few words from Trevor.
Hello and thanks, Peter. And what a build-up we've had for today's game.
Following a tremendous first half of the season, they have come into the midway point now at the top of the league table. Still another half of the season to go, but I think they may well be able to maintain this current form and have a real crack at winning the title. A great shot into the left-hand corner. The capacity crowd are enjoying the goal celebration.
A great effort. Took a lot of nerve to have a go from there. And this is how it all happened then.
Goal. They have another goal. The referee blows his whistle. It's the end of the first half, and the two managers will have a lot to say to their teams, I would think. How did you see that half, Trevor?
Well, I know all that matters is the scoreline, but I think they need to make better use of space, or else their fortunes may... This is going to be a tight contest now. Neither team will want to take any risks, but they know they have to press for another goal.
Where did he come from to get to that, Trevor?
But he got away from his marker before meeting the ball. It was really impressive.
It's a powerful header.
Well, this game has been very exciting, but I can't believe it's going to end like this.
Indeed, Trevor, and they've finally taken the lead in stoppage time of the second half. They'll need to make some chances to get back into this game. Possession lost there. Bueno. Daroca. Masato. Daroca. Bueno. Fujimi. Giving away a free kick in a dangerous area. It could be costly. And he'll deliver the cross. The ref blows his whistle and the match is all over. I can't believe they've lost. They've thrown away the win. Now what about the manager? Will he need to reconsider his tactics, Trevor?
Oh yes, I think he will, Peter. They need to look at a way of creating more goal-scoring chances.
Well, that's it for this afternoon's broadcast, so thank you, Trevor.
Anytime, Peter.
And it's goodbye from both of us. So welcome to this afternoon's game, and as the players make their way out onto the pitch, let me bring in Trevor Brooking to say a few words. Trevor.
Good afternoon, Peter. The atmosphere outside the stadium when I arrived was absolutely electric, so let's get on with it.
They are showing some great form this season and are in the leading pack, staying in the title hunt. If they can remain consistent, there's no reason why they can't have a decent chance of winning the title this season. Out comes the yellow card. They have a wonderful opportunity with this penalty.
Yes, this is vital because...
Gloriously done. Great goal from the forward. Well, perhaps some fans watching this at home are thinking now they should be in the stadium.
Great penalty. Textbook stuff.
Well, with his left foot.
So it'll be interesting to see if they can build on the momentum from that and get another. That was finishing of the highest quality. Here's how they got themselves right back into the game.
It was such a good shot, wasn't it, Trevor?
That was a gem, Peter. Here's how they retook the lead.
I would think his substitution was down to the fact that he really didn't create anything today. No chances for his teammates. Had the ball now. Steals the ball. They're on the attack. Win possession. The attack came to nothing. Down the left.
It's a clever move to intercept that ball.
The referee blows his whistle and it's the end of the first half here. Let's see if the manager's advice can affect the players in any way. Hopefully in the right way. Talk us through that half, Trevor. To the break. A great shot into the left-hand corner.
Well, now it's all back level. This game could really open up. Both teams desperately want the win here. Could he have hit it any better?
They're back in it, Trevor. Do you think they can minutes? He tucked it away superbly into the right-hand corner.
The defenders just couldn't get close enough to him, could they?
Well, the movement and the anticipation was so good, and that's always difficult to defend against. How are they going to react to that setback? It could be a dangerous time for them. Pimas brought an end to the attack.
Well, there's no strikers bearing down on him, and the keeper just moves up and collects the ball.
There's the final whistle. It ends in defeat, and the players will, of course, be so disappointed. They had their chances to put this game away, but luck may have deserted them at a couple of crucial moments in the match. So, Trevor, no shock there?
Not at all, Peter. I'm sure the manager will see a few positives from the performance, and maybe they can build on this despite the loss.
And that's really it for the broadcast this afternoon. Many thanks to Trevor beside me.
That's been great fun, Peter.
And we'll see you next time. Goodbye. afternoon's game with your commentators, Peter Brackley and Trevor Brooking.
Hello and thanks, Peter. And what a build-up we've had for today's game.
There's no shortage of passion here in this semi-final first leg, as both teams seek to gain the upper hand with a win here. This could prove to be a fast and ferocious affair. Everything to play for. That is a great result, isn't it, Trevor?
That's fantastic, Peter. I think they'd have taken that if you'd have offered it to them before the game.
So that brings us to the end of this afternoon's match, and my thanks go to Trevor Brooking for joining us.
No, it's been great fun, Peter.
And we look forward to seeing you at the next game. Goodbye. Good afternoon, I'm Peter Brackley and welcome to the game. As the fans make themselves heard around the stadium, Trevor Brooking is with me.
Thanks, Peter. Two mighty teams and a crowd hungry for goals, I think, today.
Into the second half of the season now, and they are still in the right half of the table, thanks to some pretty impressive performances. Right foot finish. Well, the fans who turned out in numbers have been rewarded. They got a goal almost straight from the kick-off, Trevor.
Yes, they look confident today. It's too early to decide the game, and there's plenty of time for the opposition to turn it round.
1-0 going into the break then, Trevor. Will we see more of the same?
Well, I think both managers will have to
beat the ball. There's the whistle. A simply magnificent performance by the players here, who put in absolutely everything. All the hard work has paid off, and they've come away with a wonderful win. It really was an entertaining game, Trevor.
Oh yes, but it was a great game. Very entertaining with a lot of scoring chances. Let's hope we see more like that this season.
Thank you, Trevor, for joining me this afternoon. That's all we have time for.
Thanks, Peter. It was a great game.
And there's just time for me to say goodbye from us both. This evening's football is coming right up. In the meantime, let me introduce Trevor Brooking.
Thanks and good evening, Peter. You know, I wish I was out there playing tonight. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get on with it.
Their impressive form has kept them in the top half of the table among the front runners. During the break. Give us your feelings on that half, Trevor.
It's quite tight, Peter. I think if they can...
Well, did you see the manager on the bench then celebrating like he won the lottery when that went in? It's a measure of how much winning this game means to him. The keeper was left helpless with that header.
There was nothing he could do when the cross came into the area. It was so accurate. This is going to be a tight contest now. Neither team will want to take any risks, but they know they have to press for another goal. That just underlined the quality of their attack.
Pimas. Ball one here. Fernando Marquez. Oscar Serrano. Cosa. Time running out. He needs to deliver the cross. No way through this time. And the defence cuts out that through ball. There's the whistle. That's it. The game ends in a draw, but the supporters won't be too disappointed. There was plenty of passion, plenty of intensity on display here. Trevor, did you enjoy the game?
Very much so. In fact, I have to say, the standard of play was excellent.
So our live coverage comes to an end this evening, and all that remains is for me to thank my co-commentator, Trevor Brooking.
Oh, it's been a good evening's football.
And we look forward to seeing you at the next game. Good night. I'm Peter Brackley and welcome to the game. As the fans make themselves heard around the stadium, Trevor Brooking is with me.
Good afternoon, Peter. I can't wait to get going. I'm hoping we're in for some top-class football today.
As the semi-final first leg between these two sides ended without a goal, they'll surely be going all out for the win here today and the ticket to the final. Great shot into the left-hand corner. The team came up trumps. That leaves their massive following here today. It was a superb ball in behind the defence.
Yes, it's always hard to defend against a team that can play that kind of football.
In the right way. So the players return to the dressing room in this second leg match. How do you see it? Probably bringing him on. How did you see that finish, Trevor?
Well, he was in the right place, a smashing headed goal.
So looking at the aggregate score, they will be eliminated if they don't score. Dogue. He's on the rampage. Will he find the target now? It's been hacked away and passes the ball back. The referee ends the game here. They are into the final. That's a highly satisfying result for the players, Trevor. It's not as if they were even favourites.
Well, it was a super performance. They're absolutely delighted.
Yep, the manager deserves a lot of credit. Well, that's it for this afternoon's broadcast, so thank you, Trevor.
It's been a great afternoon's football, I think, Peter.
And we'll see you next time. Goodbye. Welcome to this evening's game where there's a big sense of anticipation around the stadium. The crowd's ready, the viewers are ready. Are you ready, Trevor?
Thanks and good evening, Peter. Delighted to be here this evening.
Their impressive form has kept them in the top half of the table among the front runners. He needs to deliver a good ball in. Free kick conceded in a promising position here. The ref just wants a word with him by the looks of it. Probably about keeping his composure and his temper in check. The whistle goes for half-time and the players head off to the dressing rooms with the managers, no doubt, having plenty to say during the break. Do you think we'll see any changes at half-time, Trevor?
Tactics, I think, yes, but players, I'm not sure.
All-important strike. It was their finishing that let them down in the end. That brings us to the end of our coverage this evening, so thank you, Trevor, for joining me.
Oh, it's been a good evening's football.
And there's just time for me to say goodbye, and we'll see you soon. And welcome to the stadium for the game. We're almost ready, so over to Trevor.
Hello, Peter. Good evening to everyone watching this one. It's top-class football, absolutely guaranteed. Let's get cracking.
Will there be the glory of promotion then today for them? This has to be the most crucial match for them this season. the first half.
They've been a bit disappointed in making space and running off the ball, so I'm surprised that they've managed to keep the game.
Camus. Ronaldinho. Decam. Camus. Zongola. Ronaldinho. They're moving well down the left-hand side. This is a dangerous throw-in for the defence to face. Chance to cross. Tied it up by the keeper. Neither side able to find a goal here with the final whistle approaching. No way through. Vinota. Decam. Boyano. Vinota. No, not this one. Jimenez. Willens. Cut it out nicely. 1 minute is being shown on the board. Get a free kick in a very dangerous position. Can they do something with it? He has through time. It's over. Too high.
Well, I think the crowd were behind him all the way. They'll be sorry it wasn't in the back of the net, though.
Jaric. Stramer. The referee ends the game here. Nothing could separate these sides. The players put so much effort in, but in the end no one could come up with a winner. How did you view the game, Trevor?
Well, you have to say it was a worthy draw. They'll be delighted, I think.
So as the fans make their way home, my thanks go to Trevor beside me.
No, I've really enjoyed it, Peter. A good evening's football.
And from both of us and all the team at Konami, it's a very good night to you. Good evening. Fans are in full voice tonight as the players come out onto the pitch. In position next to me is Trevor Brooking.
Evening, Peter. Some great players have come out onto the pitch. Should be quite a classic. Time to get started.
Football drama at its greatest. They've left it till the last game of the season. Will they then get the result here and be crowned champions? So, Trevor, what did you think of the first half?
Well, I'd say it's been a terrific game so far. Very exciting. Enjoyable stuff.
The stalemate's over and we have a game on our hands. OK, it was a bit of a wait, but it was worth it. That was a magnificent ball in, Trevor.
Yes, but it wasn't just the cross. The header also matched it perfectly. It was an awful pass.
There's not a lot of support. Nope, it's been cut out. Up goes the roar and the match is over. Despite the loss today, they've been promoted to the upper division. And what about the manager? Will he need to reconsider his tactics, Trevor?
Oh yes, I think he will, Peter. They'll need to look at a way of creating more goal-scoring chances.
That's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me, Peter Brackley, to thank Trevor Brooking beside me.
Well, it's been great being here, Peter.
And from the both of us, it's goodbye. Welcome everyone, and especially Trevor Brooking, who's with me tonight. So just before we start, a few words, Trevor.
Thanks, Peter. Well, the teams are ready, the managers are ready, and the referee is ready. So let's get underway.
Just listen to the fans. The incredible atmosphere here is perfect for this final, in which the true champions will be decided. Absolutely magnificent. They have a huge following here at the stadium today. Let's listen to the noise they're making too. They scored at such an early stage of the game, Trevor.
Yes, they look confident today, but just sitting back is not their nature. They will keep pushing forward and try and win the game early.
Into the left corner.
There really is no room for error now. One slip-up could cost either team a goal and perhaps even the game.
Great goal there, Trevor. A superb run and finish.
It was a wonderful, wonderful run for him. That's one for the family album, I think.
So they'll start the second half all square then, Trevor. Can we expect to see changes?
Well, I think the manager will be telling them not to. Well, that's the kind of thing referees have been told to clamp down on.
Right, Trevor, he was tripped. Here's a chance to turn it round. Yes, it's in, number 2! Great goal from the midfielder. Well, it's been a high turnout, but most of the crowd not happy about that goal.
great penalty. Textbook stuff. This is how the goal came about.
Castolo. Melville. Berche. Mako. To the man in space. He goes for the equaliser. Oh, how many times do we see this happen? He's hoofed it way, way over.
It's so important for the marker to snuff out goal attempts like that.
One goal is all there is in it between these two sides. And the clock shows 5 minutes to go in the match. Looking for support now. They're in a good position down the right.
It's not a bad-looking ball.
Aramburu. The keeper's got it. Spimas. Castolo. Superb interception in the box. Good clearing header. Up goes the war and the match is over. They battled their way to the final, knocking over some real heavyweights on the journey. Their amazing run has ended at the last stage. Now what about the manager? Will he need to reconsider his tactics, Trevor?
Oh yes, I think he will, Peter. They need to look at a way of creating more goal-scoring chances.
And that's the end of tonight's broadcast. With me, Peter Brackley, and my co-commentator, Trevor Brooking.
You're welcome, Peter.
And so, until the next time, it's goodbye from both of us.